Hello and welcome to the 2013 Product Realization Group Symposium.
Appreciate you being here and have a lot of valuable content to share with you, as well as plenty of opportunity for networking and making new connections at the break. So did you know that 84% of Kickstarter projects ship late? Yeah. And what I'd like to do now is get a show of hands. So for anybody that's involved in the product development space, go ahead and raise your hand. Keep your hand up if you shipped your most recent product on time. Now, look around. Okay, so the point here is this is not just a Kickstarter issue. This is a pervasive issue in the industry. It's a gap in how products get developed. So think of the consequences: missed market window, higher costs, lose funding, and potentially career setbacks. And I thought I would illustrate with this with the most visible Kickstarter-funded company out there. How many people here have heard of Pebble Watch? Familiar with Pebble Watch? Some of you probably are wearing Pebble Watches. Their initial projection was to ship between 600 and 700 products. They got orders for over 60,000 products. And they promised to ship their version 1 product in September of 2012. They finally shipped their first product in late January, 5 months after they originally committed. What can happen in 5 months in the consumer space? What happened while Pebble was trying to ship product, diverting resources from the market, diverting resources from development, and scrambling to make up orders, Samsung was coming out with the next generation product. And this is what we call the product development gap. Why do companies have such difficulty developing product? What are the causes of this product development gap? And if you look at a typical product development process, you've got different disciplines, and within each discipline, product requirements, mechanical development, electrical development, each one of these disciplines is difficult and complex in and of itself. You have to hire senior engineers, you have to hire people that know the market, you have to hire people that understand tests or recruit people. And that's difficult. So this is what most people understand and most people know, but what a lot of people don't understand is there's gaps in between. And this is the other part of the product development gap. And it goes to collaboration, coordination, building a team, understanding milestones, understanding the product development process, and all the things required to get a product to market that are not just technical disciplines, but also people skills and coordination and communication. And this gap is the reason why I formed the Product Realization Group. I lived this gap. I've got over 25 years in product development, both on the OEM side and the CM side, and I saw this increasing gap and saw it as an opportunity to come up with a new way of developing products. So let's talk about the next generation of product development. What does that look like? With the right processes and the right tools and the right communication and the right level of understanding of what needs to be done, these risks of developing products can be mitigated, and you can pull your ship milestones in. It's still difficult, it's still challenging, we all know that. But think about if Pebble was able to ship six months before Samsung, a month before they commit to their customers. They would have had cash in the bank. They were first to market. They would have shipped a lot more product. They could have focused on their Gen 2 product instead of trying to scramble to ship their Gen 1 product. And they could have maintained a competitive advantage. And that's what the next generation of product development that we've been working on here at the Product Realization Group allows companies to do. Okay, so I'm going to say, well, what are some of the elements that are part of the old way and the new way? Broken old way, overpromise investors. To reassure investors, you have a clear understanding of what the process is, what's required to get products to market. Misallocate internal resources, and when I say misallocate internal resources, I'm talking about things like an engineer managing a supply chain. Kind of like a plumber managing electrical. Well, they might be really good at plumbing, but they may not know so much about electrical. To maximizing internal resources, making sure that they're allocated and doing the right things. From service providers that are uncoordinated, coordinated service providers gives you a much better vehicle to get products to market. And if you look at these things above, now you end up with a chaotic development process. Okay? And you can see why. You've got resources that are doing the wrong things. You've got service providers where trust is eroding. And the outcome of a chaotic development process is costs start to go high, product get delayed, and everything we saw in the Pebble example starts to happen. And that gets replaced with a structured NPI process. And this process is known. It's difficult, but it's known. And by building trust and by coordinating resources that know how to work together and understanding the whole process, these development risks can be mitigated. And then what happens? Well, how many people have seen this? Drive operations to catch up. Now you've finally got the product ready to go. Operations is under the gun. They're expediting materials. They're scrambling to cut corners in tests, and costs are going up. So those parts that you thought were going to cost $1 from China now have to be air freighted, and now they're $10, and you have quality issues. Okay, to operations involved early. People that understand operations understand how to set up supply chains. They understand how to set up infrastructure. And if they're involved early in the process, they can help companies easily scale. Okay, and ultimately, what do you get? You get wasted dollars, you get missed milestones, you risk losing your competitive advantage. If you do it right, you save dollars, you beat milestones, and it gives you the possibility to maintain and sustain a competitive advantage. Okay, so what does that look like? Whoever was here last year saw Micah get up here and talk about this new model for the Anuvia product, and we finished that project right around this time last year. The results were we saved $100,000 in development costs, we met the milestones on time, we completed the product successfully, and within a few months after completing the product, he was successfully acquired by a product company group.
Is this you? Are you developing a hardware product? Are you facing or missing milestones or ship dates? If so, contact the PRG.